11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Simulation Football League Sunday starts right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Beautiful day. The sun is shining. It is 52 degrees and there isn't a cloud in sight as the London Knights are here to take on the Tulsa Desperados. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining me in the booth is Gerald Giudice. Gerald, two teams coming in hungry for a victory.
Yes, both teams are looking to get to the 500 mark as both teams come in at 3-4. London coming off a heartbreaking loss to Sioux Falls. While Tulsa tries to bounce back from their loss to Mexico City. Both of these teams coming in have a chance for 4 wins, which are more than what they had in season 15.
Tulsa controls the battle between these two teams. 3-0 for the hometown Desperados today. London Knights trying to play spoiler. These two teams last met in July of 2020, and here in March of 2021, they're all set to do battle again. And you hit the nail on the head, Gerald. These London Knights were so close last week. They're looking to bounce back.
Yeah, that 1-point loss with basically just a defensive lapse. We'll probably get into that later on during the broadcast. Right now, if London wins this game, they will match their combined win totals for seasons 14 and 15, where they went 4-20. London looking to rebound here.
Tulsa boasting the 10th best offense will get the ball first. They have to go up against London, who has the 10th best defense in the Simulation Football League. Ball on the tee, London in white, Tulsa in green. Let's get into it. Kick is away. Desperados will bring it off the goal line out across the 20, and Gabriel Manning will bring it up to the 23-yard line. The Desperados wearing green will be led by JQ, the quarterback. Corey Jones, DJ Hume, Gabriel Manning, and Jason France, the receiving threats. Sanzo Robinson is the halfback, and they have 2 offensive linemen, Finley James and Michael Potter. And they are all set to line up here from their own 23 for 1st and 10. Robinson in the backfield. They'll feed him on a dive play on the first play from scrimmage, and he will lose a yard.
Loses a yard, and Sanzo Robinson the last couple of games has had tough sledding running the football. There's a couple of things there. They need to find some type of run game is one of the keys to the game for me. 50 carries for 72 yards in the last 2 games for Sanzo Robinson.
Need to also keep JQ clean, the rookie. 5th overall pick in the first round. Will throw here. He'll dump down to Robinson, and Robinson has gone nowhere but backwards on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Great defensive play there by Surak Black. They have to avoid the miscues, as we saw JQ having 19 interceptions coming in, which is the 4th most in the SFL in season 16.
They're going to ask him to throw here on 3rd and 12. Free play for the rookie. Q fires right across the middle, tipped up and incomplete, but the free play will give him some yards.
It'll make it 3rd and 7 as Tulsa jumps off sides here. I believe it was number 59, defensive tackle William Davidson, who coming into this game has 9.5 sacks, 2nd most in the SFL, was trying to get his 10th and a half there, but jumped a little too early.
Yeah, defense for London, a strong point. Did have the few mishaps last week, but other than that, played a really clean game against the Sioux Falls Sparrows. They'll look to do the same here against Tulsa. That penalty, though, puts the Desperados at 3rd and 7 here early in this game. Q in the gun again, will look to throw across the middle, and that is in and out of the hands of the receiver, Corey Jones.
That's like JQ is looking for a flag, but that was absolutely timed perfectly as ball and defender get there simultaneously. Other than that penalty, Tulsa went backwards on that drive, and it's going to bring up 4th down and the punting unit on the field.
So Desperados stall out. Only positive yards they got on that drive was the penalty. Other than that, going backwards. And they will have to send it away to the Knights, who are going to start with good field position here. Return out to the 40. And Gerald, what do the Knights have to do to win today?
Got to get off to a quick start. Put pressure on Tulsa's defense. Got to make JQ feel the pressure. They got to pressure the rookie into making the mistake that he's been making all year. And they have to limit Gabriel Manning. Gabriel Manning, in the last game of these two clubs, had 10 catches for 266 yards. He's a game breaker both offensively and in special teams. They got to limit the damage he can do.
Shotgun look for Angus McLean on 1st and 10. He'll throw on the first play from scrimmage. No, he won't. Sack for the Desperados. Coming in to make the play was Jaden Swift.
Jaden Swift now with 5 sacks on the year, coming in second in that category behind Chris Andrews. But you say get off to a quick start. That's not the start they wanted with a loss of 7.
2nd and a country mile. Gun quads left for London. McLean going to sling it out to his favorite receiver, Robert Merrill, and Merrill will pick up 6.
Favorite receiver is right, coming in number 1 in the SFL in receptions with 75. Not a lot of yards per catch, but 75 catches coming in, as you see there. 75 receptions and 94 carries. 169 touches. The next closest to targets, as you see there, is Vin Kalia with 55.
Gun straight look here on 3rd down. McLean under pressure has to unload, and he's got it! Down the field to the 35. The completion is made. Dustin Zeck, right place, right time.
Dustin Zeck with a great catch. Just a great throw by Angus McLean. It looked like he was going to get a little bit of pressure, but just put it right in the hole where only Dustin Zeck could get it, and a big 3rd down conversion there for London.
Nickel look out of the Desperados defense. Gun straight again here for London from their 35. They throw a pick. Intercepted by the Desperados. It's the veteran DJ Majesty.
DJ Majesty, who already has a pick 6, comes up with his 2nd interception of the season. He was just reading McLean's eyes as they were going to the tight end, Benji Matson, looked like, and he just stepped right in front of that. That's a big turnover here for Tulsa. Getting the ball here at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
Spells trouble for the Knights. That all slants play read really well by the linebacker, and that will set the Desperados up at their own 37, and the Knights defense right back out on the field. Shotgun look here for Q. Fires on the out route. That is caught. A 2-yard pickup there for Corey Jones. Let's run through this London defense. Dean Sammy, Chris Joseph, William Davidson, and Chad Rowland on the defensive line. Jeff Gagne, Sirach Black, Telemac Scarborough are the linebackers. Tanner Hendricks, Brandon Ewing, Emmanuel Blackman, Marquise Reed, and Barry Barkley round out the secondary. And they are a secondary that may have their hands full today. 4 wide receivers for Tulsa here. Flip play across the middle, and that is collected for 1st down yardage by DJ Hume.
DJ Hume, as you can see, JQ going back there, just in the shotgun, no pressure whatsoever. Just a nice little floater there to DJ Hume to get him across midfield for the first time today. Let's see what they can do here on a fresh set of downs.
1st down at the 48, 7:42 to go. And this Tulsa Desperados on their 2nd drive after the interception, trying to convert turnovers into points. JQ fires across the middle. Heavy throw into some traffic, but the rookie makes it work.
How that ball got to the wide receiver, Davis, I have no clue. There were 4 London Knights around that football, just threaded the needle. Dangerous pass, but it pays off for the 5-yard gain.
2 wide receivers, bottom of the screen. They are going to throw again. Q with pressure, wants the deep ball, got the deep ball. Gabriel Manning down to the 16.
There's one of the keys that they had to limit Gabriel Manning. And on the outside, one-on-one. I'll take that matchup with Gabriel Manning all day. You got a free release inside, no help over the top. That's basically just a pitch and catch there for JQ. That puts them in the red zone. And let's see if Tulsa can do something here to take the lead.
Big play Manning, they call him, and Gabriel Manning, the money man, cashes in all the way down to the red zone for the Desperados. Let's see if they can hold on to some points here. Q fires again, caught by Manning. They like to have JQ throw the ball. Tons of attempts for him this season, Gerald.
Just third in the SFL with 303 attempts. You see the 12 touchdowns. But with those attempts, he's only completing 67%, which is 14th best in the SFL. And last week, he had 61 attempts against the Mexico City Aztecs.
Man defense here for the Knights. Q stands in the pocket, floats backside, one-handed interception! Wow. Oh my, how did you take that one away?
Tanner Hendricks comes up with a highlight reel interception. As you see, they were going for Gabriel Manning and just a one-handed grab at the top of his leap. Perfectly timed to bring that ball in. And wow, what a takeaway for the London Knights defense. I said they needed to get great play from their defense, and they got it.
Possibly an interception of the year candidate, a top 10 play for sure. Tanner Hendricks, what a pick. And they will flip it to Merrill on the first play. He'll go backwards, but man, still just in shock from Tanner Hendricks, wowing the crowd here in Tulsa.
That's definitely going to be a top 10 play of the week, as that was a fantastic and clutch interception by the London Knights defense, especially Tanner Hendricks.
These teams trading picks early here in the first quarter. McLean out to Merrill again, and he will pick up a couple more. It'll bring up an important 3rd and 7.
Like you said, they need to get more people involved in the offense. If you're going to just throw and have Robert Merrill be the focal point of your offense, teams will pick up on that. And if he's going to be your go-getter, get yards, it's going to be tough sled.
McLean on 3rd down. Checks down to Merrill. Merrill has his work cut out for him. He won't get there. This Tulsa defense backs up the offense. And Majesty's saying, I got you guys.
Yeah, Merrill's like crawling with this. But it's unbelievable. Again, a 3 and out with barely any yards gained for this London Knights offense. And they've got to start finding a way to move the football.
These two defenses came to play. JT Delaney sends this one away, the 3rd-year veteran. And Manning will not get very far on the return, out to the 38. And Tulsa's offense right back out onto the field.
Yeah, another big reason I think JQ, as I said, is throwing as many interceptions as he is. They have the 22nd ranked rushing offense. Believe it or not, the other team that's in this game, London, has the worst rushing offense in 32 yards a game. I think they got to do something in the run game to open up the passing game for JQ.
4-3 look here out of London's defense. Here's Q to throw. Going to flip it out to the fullback out of the backfield, and that is good for a couple of yards there. Royal Hawkins moves it up to the 44, a 6-yard gain.
Nice little gain there for the fullback out of the backfield. Not used that much in the passing game, but right there, a gain of 6 brings up a 2nd and 4. They have had the ball for the better part of this game and have shown that they can move the ball down the field. They just got to prevent the turnovers.
Flip out here. Robinson through one. Robinson pushes his way to a 1st down.
Alonzo Robinson averaging 3.9 a reception. You might as well say 4 yards, and that's exactly what he got to get that 1st down. A new set of downs here for Tulsa just on their side of midfield.
These Desperados trying to push their way into some points. Now we'll face a 4-3 again here out of London. F-Wing Jokers is the formation. They will flip it out here, and that is only good for 2. Robinson got hit immediately there on the defensive side by Telemac Scarborough.
Great pursuit there, but they're getting some great pressure up the middle. The center for Tulsa, Finley James, has got to find a way, because it looks like Davidson is coming straight up the middle and putting him right in the face of JQ.
I-Twins formation. Here is Q. Pressure coming. He fires off his back foot, and it's incomplete. Wow, that was a dangerous throw. It looked like Corey Jones still almost came down with it.
That ball was definitely rushed, as you saw the two linemen from London coming back there. Now all of a sudden it's a 3rd and 8 situation here for Tulsa. I love to see them try to go to Jason France right here. He seems to be a big target in situations like this.
5 wide here for the Desperados against a nickel look for the London Knights. 3rd and 8. They need to get out past the 40. Here is Q. Moves up in the pocket. Floats. Tipped and incomplete. Not going to make it happen that time. Nice job fading back into coverage there to make the deflection by Barry Barkley.
Nice step up there by JQ to extend that play, but could not make the completion. It's 4th down in the midfield, and this is going to pin London back deep if Ismail Farouk can make a great punt right here.
Farouk on to send this one away. London will elect to set up for the return. They will bring it out, only a little bit there, out to the 16, and let's run through this London offense. You've seen them a couple times, but Angus McLean and Robert Merrill are the quarterback-halfback pairing. Saren Storm, Vin Kalia, and Dustin Zeck are the receiving threats, along with Benji Matson, the tight end, and Jack Lewis, the kicker. 4th pick overall, went 1 selection in front of JQ, the quarterback for the Tulsa Desperados. Something to keep in mind as we move throughout today's game between these 2, 3, and 4 franchises. The Knights trying to pull to 4-4 as well as the Desperados. Slants play, but an out route here works for 6. Nice pickup there for Kalia.
Finally, someone other than number 20 getting the football here. Great sideline catch there by Kalia for a 6-yard gain, as you mentioned, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Well, we talked about it before the game, Gerald. We think that might be what London is missing, is a little bit of those intermediate passing routes to some of these receiving threats not named Robert Merrill, and that one sets them up for 2nd and manageable. McLean, though, will get sacked again. Pressure coming up the middle by Chris Andrews along with, I believe, Berto Demora, and they combine to drop him.
Chris Andrews leading the team, coming in 6.5 sacks. Makes another big sack there, the 2nd time that McLean has been sacked, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 back to the 16.
Tulsa trying to get off the field here. McLean, 5-step drop, has to unload off his back foot. Caught, not going to get to the sticks, though. Saren Storm is about 2 yards short.
I know, really, with the coverage there. And it's usually a wide receiver on a linebacker mismatch, but he comes up big there with the tackle and stops him 2 yards short of the 1st down. And again, London's punting unit comes on the field.
Delaney almost blocked, gets that one away. Manning awaits it. He will get a little bit of a return on the stiff arm out to the 38. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game all into one. These team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on this virtual field. For more information about us, the Simulation Football League, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, and we're putting fans on the field here. Speaking of fans, JQ, I'm a fan of this rookie, and he hands it off right up the middle. Burst of speed there, picks up 7 for the Desperados, does Robinson.
One of the best runs for Robinson in the last 2 games, picks up 7. If Tulsa can find a way to get that running game going and open up a few holes for this that rookie JQ, as you mentioned, he could have a big day for Tulsa.
Two to the bottom of the screen against London's 4-3 defense. They've been running the 4-3 most of the day so far. Oh, man, that was a huge opportunity for London. Barry Barkley dove underneath the route and would have been dancing in the end zone right around now.
Yeah, that was definitely just reading JQ's eyes there. The rookie just staring down his receiver. Except Barkley jumped the route and almost came down with an interception. That would have been a pick six for sure.
3rd and 3. You would think that this is manageable, but we'll see what Tulsa can do with it. 4 wide receivers, including the tight end on the field. Q, short drop out of the gun. Hit as he threw, and it's undropped underneath. Oh, Gabriel Manning could not hold on.
Pressure coming there by William Davidson. That's going to bring up a 4th and 3. Just seems like these teams' defenses have come to play today as they're going to try to pin him back deep once again inside the 20.
These two teams trading punts here early in this game. Can't seem to get the offense rolling too much. Tulsa got about as close as they could before Tanner Hendricks erased the drive. Return here for London out to the 24. And the one thing I will say, Gerald, is this Tulsa team hanging on, usually behind in first quarters of games, but so far, so good.
You see, they haven't led at a first quarter in any of the 3 wins, but look at that second quarter scoring, 37-3. That is just amazing, amazing turnaround there. And their defense has come to play, especially in the fourth quarter. You see, they've only allowed 1 touchdown in their 3 wins.
Haven't led in this one, but they will try and hold on here. And McLean hit as he threw this one underneath. Oh, Espen Royale comes over to deflect it. Nice play from the linebacker showing his range.
Espen Royale, one of the best linebackers, the 10-season vet coming into this game. Wow, that was a great, great play. They're just sticking out that big paw. Looked like this peripheral that he saw that number 85 that Justin Deck just sat down in the hole, just turned around and just stuck out that big paw and knocked that ball down. Great play.
Yeah, it was about 5 yards between him and the receiver that he closed down while that ball was in the air. It looked like McLean was trying to load up for a deep shot, but the pressure rang home. 4-3 look against 4 wide here. This will be 4 defensive backs against 4 receivers. McLean ducks under one, but dropped! Dropped in the backfield by Berto Demora.
Another sack for the defensive line of Tulsa. Who came in? Someone just came in. That was big number 74. Looked like it was, it was Sir McHenry just came in untouched, and they had to make a move right away, but right into the hands of Berto Demora. And again, a 3rd and long situation here for London. They're 0 for 3 on 3rd downs. They're 1 for 2 on 3rd down so far in the game.
Can barely see the first down marker in the screen. McLean fires. That one's caught. He'll make up half the ground, but not nearly enough for the first down. And London will have to punt again. Really tough first quarter from these 2 defenses. They've done a good job of locking it down. It is still level at 0. That's the end of the first. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back. Second quarter underway here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice. A.K. Jones and Matthew Slynn are running the stats truck for us today. Cameron Irvine producing behind the scenes, and Tulsa will get the ball back here at the 31. This London Knights team, Gerald, on the road today. They've been good on the road this season.
Yeah, Brian, they're 3-1 this season so far on the road. But look at the season 10 through 15. 4-32. They had a 19-game losing streak in that 4-32, and their only loss so far on the road was at Baltimore, where they lost 27-20. Baltimore is an 88% home winning percentage, so they've been playing great on the road so far this year.
Comfortable here in the Americas. That turn is going to pick up the Desperados grabbing 8 there. Davis is close to the first down.
Yeah, nice little play here by Tulsa. You see just a perfect pocket there for JQ, giving them all sorts of time. They might have been a little bit behind. He made a great adjustment to the football, brings up 2nd and 2.
Just 2 yards needed, but Sanzo Robinson this season only 432 yards, averaging 2.9 per carry, so haven't seen a lot of him in the run game. They will give it to him. He angles back towards the right-hand side. Robinson taking the long way for the first down. Give it to him.
Barkley with the tackle, but what a run by Sanzo. That's the hardest 4 or 5 yards he'll probably get today. They just kept the legs churning and actually made a positive, but what was really going to be a negative.
Ran 9 yards to pick up 4. Hey, sometimes the math works out, and that will equal a first down for Tulsa. Q in the gun, pressure right up the middle. He fires, doesn't even see the pressure, but he does see a pick. Down to the other side, the interception is made there. Tanner Hendricks, second of the game.
You see the double twos, and that will be the third two as the second interception again going to Gabriel Manning. And a big interception again for Tanner Hendricks. This time, not as spectacular as the first, but just as effective, and it gives London the ball at their own 36.
Q looked really confident with that throw. It did not work out. Hendricks makes him pay, and now London's going to try and make Tulsa pay. That is incomplete. What a hit.
Yeah, Pernell Ritter just laid the lumber down. Vindically looking that ball is going to be caught. You see it come right there and just boom. Actually, the hit was by number 21, Nate Haslip, just putting the shoulder and forearm in there to separate receiver from football. Great play there to break up the pass, making it 2nd and 10.
Look at Angus McLean's numbers. Both quarterbacks have a little bit of a rough rating at this point. Neither has been able to find the end zone. Both throwing some interceptions here early, and we're still not at 0. 3 wide here for McLean. He's going to fire on the deep shot. Picked off again! Intercepted for Tulsa. That's Cameron Shaw.
Now both quarterbacks with 2 interceptions here in the first half. Cameron Shaw, that ball was just looked like it was just horribly underthrown there, and just an easy pick for Cameron Shaw. And now momentum goes back into Tulsa's favor. This time they're at the 39-yard line. At both teams with 2 turnovers so far in the ball game. Let's see if Tulsa make do with this one.
4th pick of the season for Cameron Shaw gives the Tulsa Desperados ball back at the 39 here. Flip out to Robinson. Robinson threw one. Oh, Robinson! Oh, my! He doesn't know what state he's in.
Oh, I believe Mrs. Robinson felt that hit. Wow, what a pop. Gets past the first one and pays the price for doing so, but bounces right back up for a 2nd and 4. Wow, my teeth are rattling up here.
Oh, man, these two teams, no love lost between them, and that will line them up for 2nd and 4. Still positive yards for Tulsa. 4 down linemen for London. They give it right back to Robinson, and he's hit hard again.
The Robinson right now, 4 carries for probably 11 yards. Brings up 3rd and 3. Normally you'd say this would be a running down here, but as much as they have trouble running the football, You might want to see that big number 87 right there, 6'7", 280, Jason France. Big target down here with these kind of plays.
3 wide and a tight end for Q. Q fires right across the middle. That is caught. Manning, first down to the 49. He held on.
Some big pops, and this time Gabriel Manning holds on to the football for a big first down for Tulsa. Their first third down conversion of the ball game.
First and 10 here from the 49-yard line. 8:41 to go and ticking here in this second quarter. Hometown Desperados going to go 3 wide, and they're going to run some slants. That one's caught right across the middle to the 33. It's first down yardage there, and I believe that's Corey Jones again.
Corey Jones or DJ Hume, one of the two, coming up with a big catch. You see there, just a great pocket, just puts it right past the defender there. And once again, Tulsa is driving there at the 33-yard line. They can come away with the field goal here, but JQ has got to protect the football.
Benji Matson in the chat, watching today's game, asking them to throw to the tight ends. Well, the one time they did go to Matson, London did. It was intercepted by DJ Majesty. Here, JQ has been to the red zone once, trying to avoid an interception there. They'll give Robinson. Oh, Robinson ran right into the wall of linebacker that was the London Knights' Telemax Scarborough.
Max Scarborough coming in with 65 tackles, second on the team, and had 8 tackles for loss, make it now 9. He comes up with a big stop there. Actually, they call him for no gain, make it 2nd and 10.
F-wing Jokers formation here. 2 tight ends on each side of the ball. Robinson down in the flat. Q walloped. I don't even know where he was throwing that one, Gerald.
Yeah, big old number 74, Chris Joseph, kind of messed out that play for us, trying to figure out where he was going to throw the football because he got in there quick and hit JQ before he had any semblance of being able to set his feet.
Makes it a important third down here from the 34. If they didn't move an inch, it would be a 50-yard field goal attempt for the second-year man, Judah Dorgan. 5 wide here for Q. London brings for Q, evades and threads the needle to Corey Jones down to the 19.
Using the middle of the field. Great Tulsa's doing that right now with those slats and how they got that ball in that. Oh my gosh. That is one of the smallest windows you will ever see. And JQ, the rookie, looking like a veteran, puts it right where it needs to be. And it gets him inside the red zone for the second time in the ballgame.
Twins to the top of the formation. Q threw an interception last time they were in the red zone, trying to avoid that fate here. First down, they'll dump it out to the fullback out of the backfield. Wide open room, spin, down to the 1. What a catch and move there. Big play for Brandon Williams.
There you go, Benji Matson. You said throw it to the tight end. There you go, the backup tight end there. Look at that. Wow, that'd be a misread there on the coverage. And a great little spin move to get it down to the 1-yard line. And Tulsa is knocking on the door, taking the lead at home.
Goal line looked for London's defense. The slot receiver is wide open for any type of route. Here's Q to throw it. Q going to that slot receiver, tipped up and almost taken away. He didn't get it to him fast enough. It was Manning in the slot, and he ran a long developing route.
Yeah, and that was almost the second interception in the end zone. I'm not sure if I'm liking Tulsa's play calling here. First and goal at the 1, you go into a shotgun set. That's how little they have faith in the running game right now.
If you got a QB sneak for the rookie, now's the time. At the 1, second and goal, Robinson the lone back. Trying to break the deadlock. They give Robinson. He's in. They'll mark him in. They're going to have to look at that one. But for now, it's a touchdown for the Desperados.
I'm not sure they got there. It's awful close. If I was the coach, I'd be throwing the red flag right now because, man, if that ball broke the plane of the goal line, it barely did.
Wow, no challenge here from head coach of the London Knights, Dustin Zeck. Zeck runs the offense. Tanner Hendricks runs the defense. They were close to a stop there. but London lets it roll. It's 7-0 Desperados.
Great drive there by Tulsa after the interception, being able to put points on the board. The second time they got into the red zone. First time was an interception. The ends up by Tanner Hendricks. Gives them the 7-0 lead.
And that second quarter for the Desperados coming back into favor. They've been really good in the second quarter of games this season. They take a 7-0 lead here with 6:20 to go in the second. Zach on the return. Oh! He doesn't drink soda. He drinks pop.
He'll probably be needing the straw after that hit. Man, both of these teams have come to hit today and really make it known that they want this win. You can tell how hungry both teams are just with the way they're hitting on special teams and on the defense. Amazing.
4 wide here against man defense for Tulsa. That inside receiver against a linebacker here. McLean under center. We'll see how many Tulsa brings. It's only 4. McLean floats, caught across the middle. The tight end, Benji Matson, getting involved down to the 35.
Great call there, Andy. You saw there the tight end on the linebacker. The inside slant route was perfectly wide open. It's Benji Matson and gets a first down there at the 35.
They got to be careful with Matson. It's Majesty in coverage on him when they go one-on-one like that. Majesty won the first go with a pick. Matson here wins the second round of that fight. Here is McLean from the 35. Wants it all. Got a pick. Intercepted for Tulsa. Jorge Torres, down the sideline to the 27, and Tulsa takes it away.
5th interception thrown in this game, the 3rd by Angus McLean. As you said, Jorge Torres comes up there. The ball was slightly underthrown. Again, you see just going to the sideline right there. Almost taken it back. Great pursuit there by Sharon Storm of London to tackle him at the 27-yard line of London. But once again, Tulsa, great starting field position.
Second round pick, 19th overall out of Albuquerque was Jorge Torres, and he's trying to put these Desperados up by more than just a single score. Q fires across the middle, laces it to Manning. Oh, and a late hit penalty, and Manning doesn't like that.
No, Manning's definitely not liking that. You said the hitting has been ferocious in this game, but you gotta hit him when you can. You can't hit him after the whistle or anything like that, but a big penalty there. That's just frustration right now. This London defense here coming up, and that's just a bad penalty.
Look at the laser, right in between not only 4 white shirts, but also the referee. JQ has had some really good throws today if he can keep it up. Excuse me, that was unnecessary roughness on the call, but the late hit will put them at the 6. 3 wide here, 2 in the backfield. They will give to Robinson. Robinson threw 2, and Robinson down to the 3.
They're finding that running game that I said in the beginning they needed to find. It's giving JQ a lot more opportunity to throw the football into maybe some pretty tight windows, but at least the windows are open for him to throw the football through. Big run there might be a 3-yard run, but it's a big 3 yards here, and it's going to bring up second and goal at the 3.
F-wing jokers, they give Robinson again, and he's in for the score again. Rumbling is Mr. Robinson, and it's 13-0.
Great drive there, almost 27 yards. Comes up big for Tulsa as they turn back-to-back interceptions from Angus McLean into back-to-back touchdowns. This one a little bit more definite than the first one, but either way it counts on the scoreboard. Brings up 13-0, extra point pending.
Robinson had 5 rushing touchdowns coming into the game. He's up to 7 already this season with those 2 scores to give Tulsa a 13-0 lead. And the kicker, Judah Dorgan, is on to try and make it 14-0, a full 2 scores. Kick up and through, and it's all Desperados here in the second, Gerald.
And continuing their unbelievable dominance here in the second quarter of this season. With their wins, they have been outscoring their opponents 37-3 And if this holds up, it will now be 51-3 if Tulsa can hold on to the victory here. But we got a whole half and a little bit more to go.
Tulsa tees it up. London's interception turns into points for the hometown Desperados. Zek will bring it off the goal line, out across the 20, spins, and out to the 23. Coming up on the SFL halftime report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green analyze the first half, provide updates on Florida and D.C., and sit down with Tulsa linebacker Espen Rael to talk about his 10-season SFL career and debut the trailer for his new movie, Carrier. It's all coming up right here on the SFL halftime report. Not a minute of action in this league goes by the wayside. The halftime reports are wonderful from Cam and Mike. We look forward to them every week. We also look forward to McLean slinging it down the field. That one deflected. It's Torres again.
Yeah, Torres swats the ball away. Could have been interception number 4 of the half. But a falls to the turf. Angus McLean is looking like the rookie here. 9 of 15 for 35 yards, 3 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 25. Not good if you're London. Got to get some points on the board here, at least a drive. Anyway.
4 receivers wide. McLean to throw again. We'll sling it out to Merrill out of the backfield with plenty of room. Merrill down the sideline with the speed to the 41.
Yeah, put on the Ashburns. There was no one there along the sidelines. That's one of the better plays that the London Knights have had offensively in this game. You see just a nice little just flick out there, but there is nobody out there. You see the pursuit there. Finally tackled by number 41, Cameron Shaw. So, wow, what a pass play there to bring up 1st and 10 at their 41.
3 receivers wide here. 4 minutes to go in the second. McLean stands, floats, and that is picked off again. Torres stands for towers in Spanish, and he towers over Vincalia for the pick.
Number 23, his second interception of the game, doubling his season total. Came in with 2, now has 4, and I don't believe in this game that I don't think London has gotten past midfield on any one of their drives.
No, this team for Tulsa has shut them down to this point. McLean 10 of 17 with 4 picks so far in this game. JQ, the rookie, threw it right into coverage, and that deflection is made there by Sirach Black.
Rock Black, as you saw, Barry Barkley also in the area. Just a swat down there. Almost like a block shot in basketball there by Sirach Black. Brings up 2nd and 10. This is where Tulsa really can be with their wide receiver core. If JQ can be methodical with the football and not turn it over, they have some great weapons that they can use here.
Single back, 2 tight ends here. Q short drop, will flip it out to Robinson. Robinson lays the hit on the defender and picks up a couple. Hendricks got walloped by the back.
Yeah, Sanzo Robinson laughing it up as they were joking about him knocking Tanner Hendricks back just a little bit. But a 3rd and 8 coming up here. Tulsa 2 for 5. 3rd down conversions at 40% coming into the season. They are at 50% for the year, 14th overall in the SFL.
3rd down. Q pressured and sacked. London got to him. Chris Joseph right on the outside and makes the play along with Chad Rowland.
Big sack there by the London defensive line. Kind of bringing up 4th and 15, and they will get the ball back with just around 3 minutes to go in the first half. They have to find something, but London's defense definitely keeping them in it.
So the second Jorge Torres interception does not convert into points. He doubled his interception total from the first part of the season today. but the Desperados can't turn it into anything. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for weekly broadcast schedules to discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news. Let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy the broadcast each week with the hashtag #MakeAnImpact. Thanks for your support and viewership. First and 10 from the 33 with 3:02 to go here in the second. Give left side, and Robert Merrill picks up a couple.
Yeah, all right, you see there on tackle with 2 interceptions. One of the rare runs, I think, by Robert Merrill. I think it's his first run of the first half, 2 yards. That's an amazing stat there. They've only run the ball for the first time, and that was it.
Only has 4 catches, too. They will flip it outside. That is good to Vincalia. Picks up another 4 or 5 there. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
3rd and 1. This is where Robert Merrill can be a bear of a player to cover, because he can come out of the backfield throwing the football. He can run it straight up the gut. He can cut it off tackle. This is a big play here. 1 for 3 on 3rd downs. They need this one.
Greenwood District Stadium getting loud here on 3rd and a yard. They will give delayed handoff to Merrill, and he's not going to get there. Stuffed by the Desperados. Right up the middle was Jaden Swift along with Jonell Ritter to make the play.
Big stop by Tulsa as they try to give it to Merrill coming around the outside and gets stopped.
2 minutes to go in the first half. 14-0 Tulsa on top. We'll be right back after this. Back here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Gabriel Manning awaits the punt from JT Delaney for the Knights. Kick is away. Tulsa trying to set up for a nice return. Here is Manning, and he won't go very far. Let's go back to the SFL studios for a game break from Cameron Irvine. Cam?
Thanks, Andy. Mike, Florida off to a good start on the road.
Yeah, Cam, DC may have rookie running back Kevin Say, but Florida has a great rookie of their own, Charlie Bullet Boletsky, coming out of the backfield here, receiving a pass, puts it in the end zone. Florida's up early in DC, 10-0.
Still waiting on London and DC, still waiting on the North to score some points today. Back to Andy and Gerald in Tulsa.
Thanks, Cam. Give to Robinson. Got the edge, and he is 9 on that carry right off the bat. Robinson getting involved. Low yards per carry, Gerald, but part of that is because of the fact that he's got 2 goal line scores from within 5.
Yeah, he had some tough sledding for a couple of those runs. But had a great block out there by Gabriel Manning and gains 9 for 2nd and 1.
4-3 look again out of London. Here is the give right up the middle. Robinson, first down yardage, still dragging the defender out to the 33.
He's had a couple of runs where he's been dragging defenders. I like the tenacity of Sansa Robinson in this game. Just coming out and not wanting to be denied. He might not be getting the yards, but he's getting the first down and keeping the chains moving.
Clock still rolling here. Tulsa has all 3 timeouts, now under a minute to play, and they look like they might just run this out and take it to the break. Here is Robinson out of the backfield, though, and he'll only get a yard.
I like the play calling. You might think it's conservative, but you have a 14-0 lead. Your quarterback has thrown 2 interceptions. There have been 6 interceptions thrown in the ball game so far in the first half. I think it's a great strategy. You have the lead. Let the clock run out. Don't do anything trusting on your side of the field. Just let the clock run out and take a 14-0 lead in the half.
Q, short drop, gonna fire here. Offline, was trying to find Manning.
As I said, they try to go for the first down and try to try a Hail Mary here, but 23 seconds to go. Both teams have 3 timeouts. I would just run the football here with Sansa Robinson. If he breaks it so far, they get a first down, fine. But just try not to get too far. And if you're going to throw an interception, make sure it's deep enough where it's almost like a punt.
5 wide for the rookie, JQ. The 4 down lineman for London coming after him. Q has to throw off his back foot, nearly picked off. Right there to hit the ball down was Jeff Gagne.
Jeff Gagne was close to his 3rd interception of the season. A dangerous pass there by JQ. Luckily for Tulsa and the Desperado fans, it falls harmlessly to the ground. It's going to bring up the punting unit again.
Flag there before they could even get set for the punt, and we're going to have to check with stripes. That looks like it might be encroachment.
That's encroachment there. It looks like the backup free safety, Eric Toney. And while it's not enough for a first down, it just puts them 5 yards ahead of the ball game for Tulsa here. The punting unit will come back on the field here on 4th and 4.
Zek, the return man, will head out. Ismaila Farouk will come on to try and punt this one away again. London resets after the encroachment penalty, sets him back 5 yards. London will set up for a return from Zek. Zek fields it, will dance a little bit, spins out to the 29, and London will have 11 seconds with 3 timeouts to work with, and most likely will just take this into the half.
Yeah, they might go for like one hurrah deep balls. You have Sharon Storm and Vin Kalia there, possibly able to take it down. Last game that we called, though, there was a run like this at the end of the half that went 80 yards for a touchdown, so you never know.
Every play is another opportunity. Here is this one, toss out to the back. Merrill down the sideline with a couple blocks. He's out to the 39, and they'll mark him out of bounds there.
First down. Now you're sort of in Hail Mary distance, a 61-yard throw, but as you see, both of these teams have come to hit. Both these running backs are now putting their shoulders down, actually tired of getting hit and starting to laying the lumber themselves here. With 5 seconds to go, let's see if London can have any magic.
They're going to line up heavy. Looks like they might just run this clock out one more play. 2 in the backfield. They will give to Merrill. He won't go very far, and hold the phone. London will take a timeout. Not yet, Gerald. I know you were trying to hop out of your seat and go grab some nachos. I was right there with you, but London takes the timeout.
Thanks. Now, the guy just walked away from me, and I'm not going to get my nachos now. Thanks.
Don't worry. We'll call him back. here at Greenwood District Stadium. They're taking care of us in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Full crowd tonight here for London and the Desperados, both 3 and 4 teams trying to get to 500. And London wants one more go at it here in the first half. 4-3 look out of Tulsa. They will give it to Merrill. He'll pick up another couple yards, and that will send the clock to zeros. We'll be right back with the SFL halftime report with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green after a short break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the SFL halftime report. Along with Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. London down 14-0 to Tulsa, who's trying to get within one game of the East Division lead after St. Louis's loss yesterday. Mike, your thoughts on the first half?
Cam, a great first half defensively for Tulsa. Jorge Torres had a couple of big interceptions. Berto Demore with a couple of big sacks. But one thing about London in this offense, definitely not to take anything away from Tulsa's defense. London has not scored any points, Cam, since 9:25 of the second quarter last week against Sioux Falls. So these guys are struggling mightily. I don't know what they're going to need to do to get things turned around, but this London offense, man, it has been atrocious over the last pretty much 4 quarters.
Yeah, really struggling, and Baltimore's loss is not nobody's taking advantage of it in the North. Queen City lost last night. D.C. is down 13-0 to Florida right now, and London is not looking much better either. It's Baltimore just. The loss is almost not going to matter here in terms of the division lead. What's going on with Florida and how they've been able to hold down D.C.?
Florida's looked very good coming out of the gates. They do have 2, Ethan Snead field goals, but the offense have looked pretty efficient. They have been doing a lot of no-huddle and keeping DC off balance. And the defense has done a really, really good job in keeping Kevin Say and that DC offense in check. Florida's looking really strong coming out in this first half so far.
Yeah, Snead just got a bomber, 54-yarder, just scraped over the crossbar. Earlier this week, Mike, we sat down, very special interview this week. We sat down with Tulsa linebacker Espen Real, who today is chasing his 1,000th tackle. He's 3 away right now. But more importantly, Mike, we like to support the people in our community. He is a film producer and has finished up a film called Carrier. We'll get a chance to look at that exclusive trailer here coming up. But Espen he's a dynamic guy. He was full of energy during our interview this week.
Yeah, we had a great time talking with Espen this week. Looking to do his thing in the producing business, thing, and it was very exciting talking to him this week.
Let's hear what he had to say and who Espen is all about in his 10th season in the SFL. And today with us we have the linebacker for the Tulsa Desperados and the SFL's latest entrepreneurial spirit. Espen Real is with us. Welcome, Espen, to the halftime report. We're happy to have you here.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, Espen? Good to have you, brother.
But I can come out here for an interview real quick.
Get out of your limo and come in here and talk to us for a few minutes. Hey, so Espen, you've made this movie called Carrier. Super excited to be debuting its trailer today. But give us a rundown of what this movie is about. What can people expect? I know it was all shot in Tulsa. You're supporting your local community. You're supporting your local SFL team. But what is this movie about?
So I normally don't tell people what it's about because it's the aspect of a couple of different things. There's some Easter eggs in there that you got to pay attention to. So I try not to give a lot away. But basically, it's 2 friends going through everyday life, but they need money at the moment. So they're finding different ways to get money for rent and other things that they need to do and pay for. It sounds boring, but like I said, I can't say too much because you have to pay attention to it because there's about, I want to say 2 or 3 different things that you have to focus on to actually catch the whole entire film.
Things are probably going to go sideways, perhaps, maybe.
Sideways, upside down, inside out. Like, yeah, that's the whole point. Like, pay attention to everything. The camera, the cinematography on it is amazing. Like, it as long as you pay attention to it, you should be able to catch everything that I put in there for you.
Awesome.
Okay, Espen, to talk about Espen Real, the player, a little bit, man. You're in your 10th season in the SFL, man. You've been around here a long time, probably close to being one of the longest tenured players in the league right now that's active. Your first 3 seasons were with 3 different teams, and then now your past 7 you spent in Tulsa. What made you, stick with Tulsa and been in Tulsa the last 7 seasons?
Well, I'm actually in Tulsa, so I couldn't wait. So any professional team, anything that has to do with Tulsa, Oklahoma itself, I have to be involved. So when my friend decided to get the team, Dion is a really close friend of mine. So once he decided to get the team, I was like, yeah, I'm committing. I'm not going anywhere until I retire. And that's what's on the table right now is retirement. So this is the last season. Like, go ahead and round it off at 10, and hopefully we can go ahead and make it into the playoffs and make some noise.
Yeah, man. Speaking of the playoffs, you guys got up to 0-3 start and turned it around pretty quickly, and got JQ, where he wasn't turning the ball over as much, and you guys ran off 3 in a row. You had a slight setback last week, but talk to us about this London game, man. It's a big game for both teams. Both teams coming in 3-4. What's your outlook on this week?
We gotta have a Boston Tea Party. We're gonna have to get it in. I know that went over a lot of people's heads right then, but we're gonna have to get it in. So the Tulsa is coming to play. We're not trying to lose this game at all. Like you said, we both come in 3-4. We need to go ahead and round this up so we can get a good fair chance at the playoffs.
Hey,
yeah, and another quick thing, real quick. What would it mean to you, as far as as you mentioned, you planning on retiring at the end of the season? to make the playoffs and or even go even further, what would that mean to you, to close out your career like that?
It'll be amazing to go out with a bang. Like if I can go ahead and get another ring, I'm gonna actually get a replica ring because it's a Tulsa ring. Like I have to do that. Like I already have one I got with Queen City. So I've been chasing since then, but I think that we can actually get it done. Even if we come in as a dark horse, I think we still have a chance to get a ring.
A little sidebar, Aspen. Tulsa Talons. Were you ever a big indoor football? Yeah. Back in the day?
Definitely went to those games.
Yeah.
Definitely went to those games. It was pretty cool because when they got hit on the side, if the ball fell into the audience, we got to keep it.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was a great memory of me as a kid. Got to go to a Tulsa game. They played Oklahoma City. It was a cool deal. But back to Carrier for a sec, Aspen. What inspired you to do this? Have you made other films? Is this something that you've always wanted to do, or an idea that you have always had? Where'd the inspiration come from for this?
So I'm a music engineer. I also make music, and it came from just creating songs with different aspects to them, different, concepts. Let's see if we can rob a bank, for instance, on one of the songs. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can make a whole song about robberies. Just, thinking outside of the box. So songs collected, and I'm not really a small production guy. I'm a always do it big type of guy. So I took all of the collection of songs, I think it's about 7, and we decided to make a story out of the 7 songs. And instead of just, stopping and making a music video for 1 or 2 of these songs, we kind of made a music video for all 7 songs. So it's a short film, but it's a musical, but it's not a music video, but it's considered a music video. I call it more a visual album. But it's something different outside the box. It has some animation in it. It has some crime in it. It has a little bit of everything. Couldn't fit everything in it that I wanted to, but I might go ahead and make a second part to that. And you just heard that here first.
Well, we're excited to watch this trailer, and you'll be seeing the trailer for Carrier all SFL season long. Happy to support Aspen and all the big things that he's wanting to do with this, on an independent film side, get notice and get recognition. Your ultimate goal, Aspen, with this would be what?
Ultimate goal is just to get it out there. I'm trying to stay independent, so I'm not like trying to use it to get signed or anything like that. I have a creative mind. And I think my brain, it keeps running. So if I don't do it, it's just going to keep thinking about it. So I had to get the idea out the way. And basically it's just here for me to show this idea that's in my head that I've been telling people about for like the last 5 or 6 years. And now I have it. I can give it to people and show you exactly what I've been telling you about this whole time. Nothing more, nothing less. If it decides to go viral, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. If not, I'll still be satisfied because it was a creation that I made.
Well, thanks for joining us, Aspen, and we've got the trailer for Carrier coming up next.
Thank you.
Mike, we're looking forward to that. Actually, been talking with Espen. I saw some VIP passes that he's put together as to hopefully show Carrier as an exclusive premiere at the SFL convention coming up this summer. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Cam, that was a great interview with Espen. It felt like we could have actually talked to him for another 30 minutes or so, man. It was great stuff with him. We enjoyed talking to him, as I mentioned earlier this week. It was great.
Absolutely. Well, Florida's up on DC 13-0. London is trailing Tulsa 14-0. Good day for Aspen so far as he chases his 1,000th career tackle. This has been the SFL Halftime Report, and we're back to Tulsa after this.
Back here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, Matthew Slynn, and A.K. Jones on stats for us. A 14-0 lead for the Tulsa Desperados, but London gets the ball back to start this second half of action off, Gerald. And Dustin Zeck's going to bring this one out of the end zone across the 20. Zeck still on his feet, and he'll scamper out to the 29. Nice return.
Big return for Dustin Zeck. Let's see if this London Knights team can find a way, not only get the points, but to try to find a way across midfield. They have yet to be in Tulsa territory. Angus McLean, 14 of 21 for 72 yards and 4 big interceptions right now. Romero, 2 carries for 2 yards.
Over-under is set at 44.5 today. If that is the case, we're in for a big second half. McLean in trouble, and down he goes. Coming right through to get him was Chris Andrews.
Another, right there, just so much pressure right now coming in on Angus McLean. He has to dodge one tackle to get sacked by another. Chris Andrews led the team coming in. Another sack for this Tulsa defense, the third of the game, and it's 2nd and 19.
Both teams applying a lot of pressure today. 2nd and a country mile. 4-3 look out of Tulsa. Again, they rush 4. This one a flip out to Merrill out of the backfield. Merrill spins back inside, picks up 6.
Nice play for Merrill to pick up 6. This still brings up a 3rd and long situation. Right now, 1 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. You need a big one here, or it's going to set up Tulsa again with good field position.
Desperados looking for a big stop to keep momentum on their side. McLean, that pass is deflected. Not even going to have a chance. Janelle Ritter, another big play for that rookie.
Unbelievable. Just out of the corner of his eyes, saw that he was going to flip the ball out wide and just stood up and just jumped with the 6'4" frame to knock that ball away. And another 3 and out for this London Knights offense.
Gabriel Manning will head back. Him versus JT Delaney has almost been one of the key battles today. Delaney so far has held Manning in check. High snap. Delaney corrals it and will send this one back. Manning tries to set up for the return, and he will not get very far. Special teams of London doing a good job against the superstar.
Yeah, they're definitely holding him in check on the special teams part of it. Did you see JQ come on the field? 17 to 27 for 136, 2 interceptions. The big 2 scores are from Sansa Robinson, 31 yards on 10 carries. Leo Manning, 44 yards on 3 catches.
Single back in the backfield. They will give right up the middle. Robinson powering through and still on his feet out to the 46.
Rock Black with a big tackle there. Grabbed him by the shoelaces to bring him down. But Sansa Robinson with his longest run of the football game, just running through tackles and just making people miss. Great play already inside London territory at the 46-yard line.
Looked like a bowling ball there, the way he came down a hill and threw the linebacker to set up this 1st and 10. Q under center, and he will feed Robinson again off this left side with blockers. Robinson stands behind the blocker and picks up the 1st down at the 35. The patience.
And definitely the patience, but finally, the center, Finley James, the guard, Michael Potter, 6'6", 330, getting out there and blocking. Great pass. Patience there by Sansa Robinson. Another gain of 10 and another 1st down.
Heavy formation again. Q looking to throw this one across the middle. Caught, fumbled, ball on the turf. Who is going to fall on it? Still a pile up in the middle, and it looks like Tulsa has recovered that one. Right up there in the middle was Riley Smith, the tackle to fall on it, but Hendricks forces the fumble.
London is challenging here. I don't know what they'll be challenging for. Maybe just for the yards that were picked up. I'm not sure.
I think, Gerald, they're going to challenge whether it was fumbled or whether it was an incomplete catch. Let's look at the toss here across the middle, and it's a little bit bang.
Yeah, that's close. That could go either way. I mean, if they called it a fumble, okay. If they call it an incomplete pass, I think you're 50-50 right there. Let's see what they call it.
They will keep it on the field. Tulsa will gain the yardage, but London does lose a timeout. Could come to bite them, Gerald.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't use one of their challenges earlier in the 1st quarter on that 1st touchdown run.
Right.
By Sansa Robinson, that was kind of questionable here. I kind of don't understand that challenge call, but either way, it's 2nd and 5.
2 in the backfield. Here is Q. Going to flip it out. Robinson. London right there, but they can't make the tackle. Robinson through one. Will get it close to a 1st down. It'll be 3rd and a single yard to go.
Robinson running through the arms of Marquis Reed and finally brought down there with Barry Barkley and company. Is a big 3rd and 1 here. 2 for 7 on 3rd downs. I love to see that. I love the formation they're in right now.
4-3 look out of London's defense. 2 in the backfield in front of Robinson. They'll feed him off this left side, and Robinson stopped! London makes a huge play. Telemac Scarborough comes right through. Return of the Telemac.
Great penetration there by Telemac Scarborough to stop him behind the line of scrimmage. His 5th tackle, his 1st tackle for loss of this game, and going to bring up a field goal attempt here of at least 43 yards by Dorgan.
Dorgan on to try and send this one through. The holder puts it down. That is Young, and that kick is up and good from 44. Now 17-0, a 3-possession game.
Dorgan, the 2nd season kicker now. 14 of 15 on the year, 30 for 33 of his career, and it takes it to a 3-score game now. You're Angus McLean and the London Knights. You're going to have to find a way to throw the football and keep it out of the hands of any Tulsa defender.
Yeah, that sack on the last drive pushed them back a little bit. And now they will try and get this offense going again. Zach had a nice return last time. He's out to the 25. The SFL broadcasting team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or color commentary positions. No prior experience is required, just a love for the game of football and a desire to succeed. Our application can be found on our website, simulationfl.net/broadcasting. You can join Gerald, I, and many other broadcasters in calling these wonderful SFL games that usually are fairly exciting. Nice throw there, a little bit behind the receiver, but it's almost as if McLean put it there on purpose.
That was a great throw to Sharon Storm. Before that catch, 15 completions. 8 of those completions went to Robert Merrill. As we said before about him having about 114 more touches than the next person. Finally, someone other than Robert Merrill catches the pass.
McLean drops again, moves up in the pocket, throws on the run, tipped up and incomplete. Dangerous throw, plenty of green around that receiver. Kalia could not hold it on.
I believe that was again Jorge Torres around the football with the pass deflection. 2 pass deflections and 2 interceptions to go along with 3 tackles so far in the ball game. That could have been number 3. That could have been the hat trick, but it falls to the ground, brings up 2nd and 10.
3 in the backfield, 3-4 look out of Tulsa. Not sure we've seen this look today. Here is the throw out to Merrill, and that one is read beautifully by the Desperados. Merrill makes something out of nothing, but there were green jerseys all over that screen, Gerald.
It runs through Cameron Shaw there. Read perfectly. Still gains 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 5. This is where London needs to start maybe throwing the football away from Maryland, getting the ball downfield because they got to get some points on the scoreboard quickly.
Deep out would work here on the bottom of the screen, but let's see what Angus dials up. He's going to throw a slant to Benji Matson. Matson makes the catch out to the 48, working on Rial right there.
They're working on Rial, but this is the first time in the ball game, I believe, London is on the Tulsa side of the field, and it comes with 5:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Looks like their offense is finally starting to gel.
3 wide for McLean. High snap. Stands in the pocket. Unloads across the middle. Collected again. Another first down catch out to the 34. That one is Saren Storm.
Storm with this 4th catch. Angus McLean going down the middle of the field, and it seems to be open for some reason. That ball was just perfectly thrown. Saren Storm just watching the ball go in his hands as he was running with the football. Beautiful, beautiful pass. And it's going to bring up 1st and 10 at the 34.
2 receivers wide. The single back is Merrill. Here is McLean finding Merrill in the backfield again. Merrill spins out of 1 and is able to pick up 5. Merrill just has so much attention from McLean in these games, and it's evident in how many times he's targeted.
That's his 12th touch of the game, and only 2 have been rushing. They've only ran the ball 2 times for 2 yards so far in this ballgame.
Tight end down here on the line. They are going to throw McLean out to Merrill immediately, and he will pick up a yard or 2.
They have that play read so well, but just he still finds a way to just get those shoulders turned upfield, those legs churning to gain 2 or 3 yards. Even when the defense is perfectly play called to stop him, he still gains 2 or 3 just by sheer determination.
Split pro look. You got Matson against a linebacker in this type of formation. 2 in the backfield. Merrill offset to the bottom of the screen. Here's McLean right to Matson, and he powers his way to the 22.
Powers his way to the 22. Just a quick hit play there. No chance for the defense to react. That's a great play call there. Back-to-back 3rd down conversions, I believe. It's going to be 1st and 10 and just outside the red zone.
Heavy formation here. They'll go across the middle. Matson again, taking over the game.
He said it earlier in the chat, throw it to the tight end. Benji Matson, here you go. Another great catch across the middle of the field. Just absolutely beautiful route running there. And now they are knocking on the door for some points. They're at the 10.
Matson off the field here on 1st and goal. They're going gun spread. 3-3 look here out of Tulsa. Plenty of defensive backs on. McLean across the middle. Caught. Crossing route for the score. Touchdown, London. Saren Storm finds the end zone.
Big response there by London, as you see a crossing out right across.
Yeah, he got it.
He got it, yeah. When that turn with his back to the goal line, puts the ball across the plane of the goal. A great opening drive here by London, stymied in the first half with no points. Drives right down the field, make it a 17-6, possibly a 17-7 ball game.
Huge drive from the Knights to get down the field, put the ball into the end zone. Benji Matson leads the way. Saren Storm caps it off. Robert Merrill sprinkled in there sparingly, but Angus McLean, a good drive. And Gerald, it was because he utilized some of those other weapons.
Definitely. If you just keep hammering Robert Merrill, they're going to gut him, then they're going to leave other players wide open. And Saren Storm across, just a nice crossing pattern across the middle, but they're posting so much on Robert Merrill that he was open in the middle of the field, and it was a perfect pitch and catch for a touchdown.
Here is Manning. Manning is best off of kick returns, and he will get out to the 27. Visit the all-new SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, join our community, the league, and the team that play in it. Links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL are there. It's over 1,400 games and thousands of players that have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, and we can put you, the fan, on the field, but only on our website, simulationfl.net. Give up the middle. Robinson picks up 2, and he will make it 2nd down there.
Max Scarborough coming up, and the hits just keep on coming. If you love defensive football games, man, this is the game for you. The hard-hitting, tough defenses. Been a great game to call so far, Andy.
So far, so good. Tulsa trying to re-extend their lead. Here is Q. Ooh, down he goes. London got to him quickly and sacked him. Big play there by the defense. William Davidson in for his 83rd career sack.
83rd career sack, 10.5 on the season. Was number 2 coming in. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 for Tulsa.
5 wide here for Q, alone in the gun. London rushes 5. Deep shot, tipped and incomplete. Not going to make it happen that time. Barry Barkley with the pass deflection.
Barry Barkley, again, probably could have had a pick 6 here if he would have just maintained possession of the football. As you saw, the only person that was there between him and the end zone was the back judge. That's going to bring up 4th and 11, and the punting unit on here for Tulsa.
Desperados going to send it away, and London will be happy that their defense was able to get a little bit of a hold to try and set this Knights team on the comeback up. They are going to come after this one, but only barely, and Tulsa will boot it away. Fair catch by Zek, called for at the 37. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net. You can get replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. Some great gear there for each team. Tulsa has some good gear. London has great gear. You can get that all from Sector 6. That throw underneath, almost taken away. Tulsa almost had the big play there. Nate Heslop dives underneath the route.
And Kalia thought he had a catch there, but it was taken away from him by Nate. Has a beautiful defensive play. Makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 37, a shotgun look here. Nickel out of Tulsa's defense. 2 safeties deep, 2 linebackers, middle of the field, and a slot corner. Here is Angus McLean to throw. He will dump it out to Merrill, who was standing still. Merrill, a little bit of a shifty move down the sideline. Robert Merrill to the 43.
There's great coverage there by the Tulsa secondary, forcing it to go down to Merrill, but Merrill makes a great move here on the sideline and absolutely outruns Espen Royale. It's tackled there. I believe that was Ricky Thornton. There's going to be here a 1st and 10, and the second time back-to-back drives on Tulsa's side of the field.
3-4 look out of Tulsa, 4 wide with an empty set here for London. McLean, 7-step drop, loads the cannon, fires. He's got it down the field. Deep play to the 14. Espen Royale in coverage on Benji Matson. That's 1,000 tackles for the 10th year man, but a big play for London.
Yeah, big play for London. And like I said, congratulations to Espen Royale, his 1,000th tackle of his career. And if you saw any of the halftime show, his movie trailer was absolutely amazing.
4-3 look here. Here is the deep corner shot. Oh, just out of the arm's reach of the diving Vin Kalia. That would have been special.
Could have been a special play, just slightly overthrown. As you see, 1,000 tackles, and he joins a very elite list with 1,000 tackles. Eddie Gage at 1295, Aquantis Shine at 1215, and Avery King at 1083. So congratulations once again to Espen Royale.
Big names on the board. Royale certainly is a big name, but I'm sure now he's trying to keep London out of the end zone. Fires across the middle! Almost taken away. Mr. Royale's ears were ringing, and boy, that would have been a way to ring in 1,000 tackles with a pick.
How about it? That's like film worthy right there, I guess you could say. If you just came down with that interception. But this comes down to 3rd and 10 here. Also needs, and JQ not JQ, but Tulsa's defense needs to come up big. I guess McLean needs to be protected with the football.
4 wide here. Single back in the backfield on 3rd down. McLean pressured and dropped. Dropped by the Desperados. The sack is made there, and that will force them into a field goal attempt. Jaden Swift with the play.
Now every member of the defensive line for Tulsa, they run a 3-3. Each of them have a sack right now. It was a big sack. It's going to force them to kick the field goal.
They will send the kicker on. That is Jack Lewis, the rookie. 4th pick. He puts that one up and through. Now 10-17. These Knights on a 10-0 run, climbing back into this one.
As you see, Jack Lewis there, rookie kicker, 11 for 11 now on the year. All higher than the uprights. Makes it a 1-score game. Like you said, a 10-0 run here by the London Knights, who offensively look like they couldn't do a thing in the first half. Some great adjustments made here by the London coaching staff that puts them right back in this ballgame.
Kick is away, and Gabriel Manning will return this one out across the 25. Manning out to the 28, and let's send it to SFL Studios for a game break.
Thanks, Andy. Mike, Kevin Say off and running.
Yeah, Cam, it almost seems like we're starting to see this once a week from Kevin Say. DC got an interception late in the first half from Kanye Rockefeller to keep them within two scores. Now Kevin Say with a big touchdown run to get them within 1.
Despite an injury to starting corner John DeSantis, who's out for the game, DC down just 6. Back to Andy and Gerald in Tulsa.
Cooley with the first down catch back here in Tulsa. The Desperados, a drop from Cooley will make it 2nd and 10. Blackman with the tackle.
I thought that was sure as a catch, but referee said the ball hits the turf, brings up 2nd and 10. I think Tulsa needs to start getting some first downs here and breaking the momentum here that London's had in this 3rd quarter.
Split spread against a nickel look. Robinson in the backfield along with a fullback. Here is the throw. Q out to Robinson, and he'll lose a yard and fall out of bounds.
Better off to let that go, but it's going to bring up 3rd and long right now for Tulsa. Tulsa was doing well on 3rd downs earlier in this game, but now have fallen to 2-9, with 22%. This London defense is coming to play.
That will take us to the end of the third. Desperados holding on to a 7-point lead. Knights trying to get back into it. We'll take a short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans. Fourth quarter action here from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, A.K. Jones, and Matthew Slim on stats for us today. JQ on third down, fires across the middle! Almost picked for London. They almost took it away.
Jeff Gagne once again gets his paws on the football, but it brings out Ismail Farouk and the punting unit again for Tulsa. Big stop there for this London defense. Has actually come to play here in the second half, only giving up that field goal early to Tulsa.
They will have to kick it away. A little bit of a low snap, and the kick is off. And Zach will bring it back to about the 40.
As Zach coming up there with a nice return to get to the 40. And boy, has this field flipped from before in the first quarter, the first half, I should say. Also really had London pinned back, preventing them from getting any momentum whatsoever. But now momentum is wearing the white jersey. And they're at the 40-yard line.
Free play here for McLean. We'll just dump it out to Merrill. Merrill trying to make some room on the sidelines, has a first down.
Just showing the juice right there, just going up the sidelines. Great play there. It's going to be, he said it was a free play, so it's an offside call. They're going to decline that. Big number 96, Berto Demora. Either way, it's a first down here for London, and they're moving the ball quite well here in the second half.
Yeah, Angus McLean has to be careful. Gerald has been known to give the ball away, has done it a couple of times today, but got to be careful against this Tulsa defense late in this game.
As you see, London, and McLean has more touchdowns than interceptions. They're 2-0. But right now, he's 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions, and he's just a tick below his completion percentage for the game.
Almost gave it away there. Nice deflection for the Desperados. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Like we said, really has to be careful.
Yeah, Jorge Torres again around the football. It seemed like any big play that the Tulsa Desperados secondary makes is by Jorge Torres, having a great rookie season. Coming in with 50 tackles, 3 pass deflections, and 2 interceptions. He doubled that in this game right now. 2 interceptions also.
2nd and 10 for the Knights. Sidearm throw. Wow! How did you do that, McLean?
Wow. Unbelievable throw. That's what a vet will do for you right there. He looked like he was going to get sacked, steps up in the pocket, and somehow just flicks the sidearm and gets it right past DJ Majesty into the hands, the nest of his receiver's hands. And look out here, London is driving to possibly tie this game up.
All in the flick of the wrist, and that sets them up 1st and 10, just on the edge of field goal range here. 2 in the backfield. They'll give left side. Here is Merrill. Merrill picks up a couple before being shouldered down.
Yes, Tulsa defense has been bed not break right now. That tackle was made by Ricky Thornton. They're 2nd and 8. They need to get another turnover, although they've had 4. They got to find some way to stop London's momentum here. They might be coming down here. They're going to be in field goal range. So it's at least 3 if Angus McLean doesn't make a mistake.
2 tight ends on the field. They will flip it out to Merrill. Merrill toes the sideline, stays in bounds, but out at the 25, a yard short of the line to gain. Cameron Shaw pushes him out.
Shaw with his 5th tackle of the ball game. This is a big 3rd down conversion for London here. They are for 3 for 8 coming into this drive. This is huge right now. If they want to tie this ball game up, they need to pick up 1.
We've got wing jokers. We've seen Benji Matson catch a pass across the middle out of this formation. What will they do on 3rd and a yard? They will throw. McLean on the out route, caught. 1st down yardage. Nice catch there to the outside for the receiver, Vincalia.
Okay, that was a great play call. You mentioned that they used that before to go inside with Benji Matson. This time they went outside with Vincalia, and he makes a great throw and a great catch, and they're inside the 20 at the 15.
Bunch look out of the gun here. 8:47 to go. London trying to tie this thing up. McLean stands in the pocket, floats, corner, tipped up, almost picked. Tulsa was gambling and trying to throw some gas on the fire there.
And nice tip drill, and Esmeralda nearly came down with that again. The ball falls harmlessly to the green grass of Tulsa. It brings up 2nd and 10. Clay needs to be careful here. We also had an interception down here. We saw the highlight interception by Tanner Hendricks in the first quarter. He's got to be careful with the football with these talented cornerbacks.
3-4 look out of the Desperados. McLean, four-step drop, flips it out to Merrill with a block, and Merrill rode down at the 14, got nothing cooking.
Great open field tackle there by Nate Haslip to bring up 3rd and 9 from the 14. I like the safe play call, but you got to find something on to either get a first down or to put that ball in the paint.
Gun quads flip, 4 wide against a nickel look. Short drop. McLean feels some pressure, throws, and that is caught by Dustin Zeck, but out of bounds at the 9. They're going to have to settle for a field goal or roll the dice.
I'm not sure he was in bounds when he caught that. It looked like he was pretty far out of bounds there. But do you waste the challenge here? I don't know about.
No. They're going to kick it. They're going to kick it here. So I don't think the 5 or 6 yards or what have you are going to make a difference on this kick for Lewis from such short range, although you never know. This would be about a 16-yard attempt. Snap down, kick, somehow goes. That had to have gone off the helmet of the Tulsa defender, but Lewis puts it up and through from 26.
If not, he at least heard the football going by his ear hole. I have no idea how that got blocked, but now it's a 4-point ball game. This is where the inability of Tulsa running the football, even though they've done it so far, they've done it well so far this game, has come back to haunt them. They need to find a way to milk some of this clock.
Gabriel Manning will bring it up, and Gerald London last week was so close to 4-3.
So close, but you see here a goal line here on 2nd and 10, up 10-0, and just over the top with a touchdown pass there. Tyree saw the opening and sends it there for the first touchdown. London comes back with a field goal to make it 13-7. But right here, as you saw, Brandon Ewing slipped when they're playing press coverage on the outside. And AJ Haslip comes in for the touchdown, and that was the game winner as they were trying to get pressure and could not get it there. And just a late collapse there by the London defense to give up 14 points in a matter of seconds. And that could be a big loss right there, because that's easily a 4-3 team right now if we're talking about London.
Yeah, 2 plays, the difference between 3-4 and 4-3. Now these Knights trying to come up with 1 play to get them and their offense the ball back. 4-3 look here out of the Knights. They will give right side. Here is Robinson, and Robinson will pick up a hard-earned 2 yards.
Hard-earned 2 is right. He had pressure coming from the front and from behind from big old defensive tackle Chad Rowland here. Even if you don't get a score here, a couple of first downs, bleed some of this clock out and try to force Angus McLean to throw the football some more, already with 4 picks in the game.
Single back is Robinson. Here is Q going to try and throw, and he is hit and dropped. Week 9 begins next Saturday on Next Level Sports. The DC Dragons visit these London Knights in a critical battle in the North Division before we head to the South for a rematch between Mexico City and Lone Star. In other league action, Denver visits Atlanta and Baltimore travels to Queen City. Coverage starts at 5:30 Eastern. The SFL on Next Level Sports. Football season is only just beginning. Plenty of SFL season left. 3rd and 8 for Tulsa here. Q fires, caught. Gabriel Money Manning down to the 44.
That's the first time I heard from Gabriel Manning, probably since the second quarter. He just runs a nice little slant, beautiful. Just gives his, look at his quiet, just turns his shoulder, gives his quarterback all of the jersey basically to throw to, puts it right between the numbers. Great play by Manning, great play by Q to get the first down.
Marquise Reed undercut him for the tackle. That'll set them up at their own 44. 1st and 10, new set of downs for Q in this offense. He fires underneath. That is caught. Complete pass there for 9, and I believe that is the first time today we've called the name of Jason France.
It would be absolutely correct. That's the first time we call the name of Jason Francis, big 6'7", 280-pound tight end. Takes a big catch and they can cross the middle of the field for a 2nd and 1.
Very manageable here. 2nd and short. 3 in the backfield against the 4-3 of the London Knights. They will feed Robinson, but Robinson stood up, not going to get there. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
Sirach Black coming up with a big stop here. This London defense is really the key for them being 3-4. They should be 4-3, as we mentioned before, but their defensive points allowed has gone down by 10 from last season and 11 from the season before that. So this London defense has been playing great here in season 16.
4-3 look. They will give Robinson left side, plenty of room. Robinson, a 1st down carry. Marquise Reed will tackle him at the 42.
Got big Donald Ellis, Archer Pine, center Finley James, and the guard Michael Potter there, just making a lane for him to go across that left side of the line to gain the 1st down. This is what they needed to do. Beat some clock. They've already had 2 minutes of clock on this drive. Just getting some 1st downs.
Here is Q on a 7-step drop. Pressure right behind him. He throws a beautiful out route that's caught. Corey Jones for 7.
Pump fake, freezing the linebackers. Just has him going out of bounds there at the 35. They may be in Judah Dorgan's field goal range here. So another 1st down here. Get some more clock off as the clock is running now. We're under 5 minutes to go. JQ can protect the football here, not make an error. They can have another touchdown lead here with not much time left for London's offense.
Give right side Robinson, not going to do it. And the field goal, Gerald, would just make it a 7-point game, not necessarily put London outside of arm's reach. So a touchdown here for Tulsa, important.
Definitely a touchdown. It would be optional for Tulsa's offense right now. But also, you got to protect the football here, not take a sack, not turn the ball over. At least make sure you get your 3 points.
4-3 look. They give Robinson up the middle into a gangle of pressure, and he is tackled. Gerald, this is decision time. 4th and 4 as Davidson comes over to make the play.
It looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit. If you're going to punt it, you're going to punt it to the corner. I would have loved to see them try the field goal here. You're giving them plenty of time here. 3-something to go.
Wow, it would have been a 53-yard attempt around there for Judah Dorgan. He's 13 of 14 this season, 92%, but they're not even going to risk it. They are going to kick this thing away, and Dustin Zeck is going to let it bounce at the 8. It's going to bounce at the 2, and beautiful punt, and they will down it at the 3.
It looked like they hit that with the 64-degree wedge as it hit at the 2 and bounced backwards to the 3. That was a fantastic punt. It looked like he was going to go into the end zone, but somehow got the backspin on that ball to keep it from going in the end zone. Great punt. Now they have to go 97 yards to take the lead with 3:32 to go.
Empty set here. No one in the backfield. Deep drop. McLean wants it all, and he's got him down to the 30. A huge throw to Zeck.
Great throw to get him out of the shadow of the end zone. Now they're going to the hurry here. They like what they see here. They caught Tulsa unawares right now.
McLean moves in the pocket, floats down the middle, almost erased.
Guess who? Guess who? Any big play or knockdown? Jorge Torres, I believe that's his 4th or 5th knockdown of the ball game, and that ball was horrendously short. Looked like he was throwing the ball to Benji Madsen there. That ball was maybe a yard or 2 further down the field. We could be talking about a London lead. But either way, it's a 2nd down and 10. They saw something in Tulsa's defense, but they couldn't exploit it.
Yeah, had their wide package against a 3-4. Now Tulsa a chance to put some more secondary members on the field to defend the pass. Here is McLean, deep ball again, and that one's picked off. Oh my, it's Jorge Torres again.
Throw out your sombreros there, Tulsa Desperado fans. It's the trio. A hat trick for Jorge Torres, and that is huge for this Tulsa defense. 5th interception of Angus McLean. That's something that Tulsa really hasn't had a lot of in the last 5 seasons.
The huge turnover late in this ball game. Tulsa with a chance now to get some more points and potentially put this one away. Robinson tackled there at the 48. He will lose a yard. Next week, Sunday for week 9 on For the Fans begins with Fort Worth trying to hold off Houston in the South Division before Vancouver heads back to Florida to do battle, this time with the Florida Storm. St. Louis hosts Tulsa, and San Diego visits Charleston in other action starting at 4:30. The SFL on For the Fans. Football season is only just beginning. Second and long here for Tulsa. They will give Robinson again, and he will be brought down right at midfield. So, Gerald, 3rd and long here, outside of field goal range again. London looking for a quick stop.
They don't have to run another play to the 2-minute warning. I believe that's what they're going to do here. They're smart, that's what they would do. But, again, JQ cannot make an error here. Right now, he has only 2 interceptions on 34 attempts. I'd like to see him go across the middle, but maybe a safe pass. Maybe Jason France once again.
The rookie will smartly take it to the 2-minute warning. Tulsa on top, 17-13. 2 minutes to play here in Oklahoma. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans. Two minutes to play here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, and the Desperados face a vital 3rd down here right on the edge of 2 minutes. Here is Q. Floater. Caught! Manning rised over and mossed half the London defense for the 1st down grab.
Mr. Excitement, Gabriel Manning, you need a big play. That's who you go to. And you see somehow a jump ball. Three defenders in between. Wow.
Huge catch. And that will definitely give Tulsa a big 1st down now at the edge of field goal range, most likely in it. London only has 1 timeout left, and if Tulsa moves the chains, this thing is over. Give Robinson dropped for a loss.
Big play there as you see Ciroc Black come up there with the tackle. That throw was between Gary Barkley, Tanner Hendricks, who's had 2 interceptions this game, and Ciroc Black, who's had another pass deflection. That was an absolute gem of a catch. Probably another top 10 play candidate, but then they lost 4 on the next play to make it 2nd and 14.
JQ ice in his veins. Let's see what he comes up with here. Give Robinson. Robinson, no yards for him. This thing's not over yet, folks. Big 3rd and 14 coming. Gerald, this was where they punted from last time.
And I would probably, if they don't, I'd run the football with Sanzo Robinson.
Yeah.
If you don't get anything, right now you have only 2 interceptions from JQ. You're leading the turnover battle in this game. You're +3.
Oh,
that
wow.
ball would not be thrown.
They're taking a knee. They're going to take a knee here, which is going to give London the ball back. I don't think they can kick the field goal from here, Gerald. They're going to take a knee and voluntarily punt it back and trust their defense.
I like the play. Because it's not, you have a chance for a fumble of a handoff or something. You weren't going to probably kick the field goal anyway, even if you had gained a couple yards. So I like the fact that they're going to punt the football away. There's going to be, roughly maybe 30 seconds left, maybe 25 by the time the ball gets down. I think it's a very, very smart call by Tulsa.
You like it. I hate it. We'll see what the chat has to say about it. We'll see how the rest of the game works out here. Only a 4-point difference. Tulsa will decide to punt this one, trying to angle it towards this near sideline. It's going to bounce at the 10. Great punt again, and this one's going to be fielded, and London is going to have to go 93 yards if they want to win this thing.
93 yards, 23 seconds. Against a quarterback who's already thrown 5 interceptions. You have the secondary that's been playing. Jorge Torres has been all over the field in the secondary. 3 interceptions and 4 pass deflections. I think that was the right call.
Nickel look against 3 wide. McLean is under center with all 4 receivers. Deep ball caught, and that is going to put them at the 24, and they're going to have to snap this one quick.
Ball coming up here. Gonna have to spike it here. 9 seconds, and you have 76 yards to go. You're gonna have a miracle here to get in the end zone. Oh, I mean, field goal or not, or run the play or taking the knee, whatever you wanted to do, Tulsa's doing because their defense is absolutely playing lights out right now against this London Knights offense.
Gun 3 wide with a 3-3 look out of Tulsa. Here is McLean, stands in the pocket, cross the middle. It's incomplete, knocked down by Rael.
That's been Rael's 4th pass deflection of this game. With 9 tackles, a half a sack, and a tackle for loss. This Tulsa defense has been playing fantastic. 4 sacks, 11 pass deflections, 5 interceptions, 12 tackles for loss. If you want to talk about an MVP of the game, it's got to be this Tulsa defense.
4 wide here, 3rd and 10. Low snap. McLean takes the deep shot. Diving catch is made by Kalia. But that will end the game. Not enough time left. The throw was just a little bit long, and that will do it. Tulsa gets the victory. And Gerald, we are going to immediately send it over to Florida and DC for bonus coverage. Tulsa gets the win, and now we'll send it to the nation's capital. Take it away.
One thing they learned, maybe in future games they could use that formation again because they were really able to move it down the field. It's unfortunate it ended this way with an interception.
I want to welcome everyone joining us from For the Fans as you guys watch Tulsa take down London 17-13 here in this football game here in Washington, D.C. Florida is going to win this football game, currently leading 26-13, and it's been on the arm of Ron Cochran.
Yeah, definitely. He was the surgeon today. He threw it 42 times, and he hit everyone that has a contract on offense. Surprised he hasn't thrown it to, well, they don't have a contract lineman, but he would have thrown it to him if he could have.
And so we'll see the Storm come out, and the favorite play in every head coach's playbook, it's the victory formation. Cocker take a knee, and that will just about do it for this football game, as we'll see triple zeros here in a second here, Charles. And we just mentioned Ron Cochran, over 350 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And he tried to find pretty much everybody. Stephen Bush was pretty active there in the first half, and it all encapsulated in the second half with Jeff Como coming on and having a solid second half.
The 3 things that really stood out to me on the Florida side is you mentioned Ron Cochran he threw it a lot, 42 times, but he got everyone involved, which was great. 83% completion, 83 completion percentage. But what else stood out to me is the defensive line of Florida. They had 5 sacks against Shabazz Synergy. Didn't let him get into any type of rhythm today. You also got a sack out of the inside linebacker Hammer. So they kept Shabazz Synergy on his feet and not able to really settle in at all on offense. But also you can't forget the play of Ethan Snead kicking 4 of 4. He put 12 points on the board and was crucial in the success of Florida as well.
They finished the day with that defense picking off Synergy for the third time today. So definitely a fantastic job all around from their defense. And let's just talk about DC for a little bit. Came off their first win after rejoining the league here this season last week against, unfortunately for you, Charles, your Lone Star Glory. Unable to come away and pick up the win, but there were definitely some bright spots here from this DC Dragon team, especially Kevin Say getting close to 150 rushing yards and 1 touchdown today.
Yeah, they've got a star in Say, and they also have some solid players on the defensive side that really stepped up today. But it doesn't get any easier for DC. They've got 3 away games in a row. So if they thought today was tough, it's only going to get tougher getting in that airplane and traveling. They go to London next week, going across the pond. So they definitely need to get their A game going.
We watch there. That's the game-ending highlight there to Evan Carroll, able to just pick it off, read Synergy's eyes, and come down with the pick to close out this football game. And we'll see who the pundits have picked for the player of the game. It'll be Ron Cochran with his outstanding day today. 359 yards, 1 touchdown, and just over 100 on the QBR. For Charles Doherty, Greg Soto, and James Troll, I've been Tyler Falk. We'll get you right back to the post-game wrap-up after a word from our sponsors. But from all of us here in DC, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Welcome to the SFL's post-game update, along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine. DC, let's start there, Mike, as we come back from break. DC almost pulled it out. Too little too late, though. Florida gets the win 26-13 on an Evan Carroll pick.
Yeah, DC with another, I guess, moral victory, type game for them. But I know they're not happy with that. Kevin Say, a rookie running back, had 136 yards, I believe, in this game and a big touchdown, but not enough for this Florida attack, as Ron Cochran had over 350 yards, a touchdown pass. Jeff Como had a big game, and the defense really, the Florida defense really held DC intact, other than Kevin Say, and kept those guys under wraps.
Well, London almost pulled that out. I don't know how they did it, Mike, but they almost did. A pass that was almost kind of got away from McLean a little bit there, because Zek had to dive for it. If he wouldn't have had to dive for it, he was one touchdown or one broken tackle away from winning that game. Crazy.
Yeah, London almost turned the tables on how they lost last week. Like you say, if Zach doesn't have to dive and can keep his feet, and maybe he can get an end zone there and pull one out at the end for London. Angus McLean did have a huge second half. He ended up with over 350 yards passing of his own. Tulsa, struggled mightily in the second half on offense. Sonzo Robinson did have about 60 yards rushing, but the defense for Tulsa actually made a difference in this game, all game. The defensive line did a great job. Berto DeMora, as well as William Davidson, had great games as far as the defensive line goes. And Jorge Torres had 3 interceptions to pretty much keep London in check offensively.
Yeah, Torres maybe getting a game ball later. He had a great game. All right, coming up next, Portland takes on Houston. That kickoff is imminent from Texas. Lone Star goes north to take on Sioux Falls. This is going to be a pretty interesting block here, Mike, with a bunch of teams involved that are trying to break into the upper echelon of the SFL standings.
Yeah, Cam, 3 of the 4 of these teams are trying to bounce back and get back in, into the playoff conversation. We'll start in my hometown of Houston. Portland coming in, with ball hawking defense, led by Sean Allen. He had a pick 6 last week, and Portland loves to turn the ball over and get things into their advantage. And Houston looking for revenge on Portland last season. Portland got their first victory in franchise history over Houston last season up at the Shipyard. We'll see if they can return the favor down here in H-Town. And Lone Star and Sioux Falls, Sioux Falls pulled one out last week to get to their second win of the season, hopefully to turn that season around. But this is a huge game for the playoff picture for both of these teams. Lone Star needing this win desperately to keep pace in that tough South Division down there.
It should be a great couple of games. We'll have the action coming up next, just on the other side of this break, with Mike Daggs and Matt Wilson on the call, Gerald Smith on stats. Portland, Houston comes your way next, and you're watching the SFL on For the Fans.